Hello everyone, my name is Lakshmi Bhavani Nutalapati. Today I'll walk you through our analysis of the AT&T data breach, focusing on what it teaches about IT governance, data governance, compliance, cybersecurity, and digital privacy, core concepts from Module 2 of our course. The AT&T breach and what has happened. Let's start with what has happened. In April 2024, hackers stole the call data and text records of nearly all the AT&T customers. The data, phone numbers, call durations, and cell tower locations were stored in a third-party cloud platform that was poorly secured. AT&T delayed public disclosure until July at the request of the Department of Justice. And a hacker later claimed that the company paid a 373,000 ransom. This incident shows that mass data collection becomes a massive liability without proper security. Impact. Who is affected? Nearly all the current and former AT&T customers are impacted, as well as the one who called or texted them, extending exposure globally. The stolen metadata reveals intimate details, medical appointments, and political contacts, personal relationships, and location patterns. Law enforcement needs a warrant to access such data, yet AT&T allowed it to be exposed. This breach underscores how one company's failure can compromise the privacy of millions of innocent third parties, including individuals who never consented to AT&T collecting their information. IT governance and data governance failures. From IT governance perspective, AT&T lacked robust oversight of its third-party cloud vendor. Effective governance demands regular security audits, vendor risk assessments, and clear accountability for data protection. On data governance, the company retained vast call logs without a purpose, retention policy, or proper classification. Highly sensitive information and locations and relationship data were treated no differently than the routine information. Organizations must minimize data collection, enforce strict access controls, and empower customers to request deletion. Compliance and regulatory implications. So turning to compliance, AT&T had SEC disclosure obligations, but the 6-month delay raises the transparency concerns. State privacy laws like the Californian Consumer Privacy Act gives consumers some rights, but enforcement remains fragmented. The FTC can pursue action for unfairly data security practices. NIST guidelines recommend using multi-factor authentication and checking the compromised credentials. The lack of strong federal privacy law leaves US customers with a weak and inconsistent protections. Cybersecurity threats and digital privacy concerns. From a cybersecurity standpoint, this breach originated from the cloud misconfiguration of which is one of the top threats today. Credential stuffing and third-party vulnerabilities remain leading attack vendors. The call metadata exposes private details about individuals' lives, making privacy a fundamental human right at stake. AT&T's privacy policy admits it cannot guarantee data security and reserves right to sell user data. Both legal selling and illegal theft endanger privacy, shifting burden to the consumers. Ethical responsibilities and key takeaways. The ACM Code of Ethics requires IT professionals to prevent harm and protect user privacy, such as moral obligation. AT&T's statement that no security measures are perfect signals a troubling abdication of ethical responsibility. Ethical practice demands proactive security investments, transparent breach notifications, and minimizing data collection. Key takeaways: implement rigorous third party risk management, adopt minimization policy principles, deploy multi factor authentications, and advocate for federal privacy legislation, and foster a culture where security is broad level priority. In conclusion, from reaction to proactive protection. In conclusion, that AT&T breach illustrates that interconnected risks of weak governance, poor data management, and inadequate security by applying the frameworks from Module 2. Organization can shift from reactive breach management to proactive data protection. Protecting privacy and building the cost of prevention is far lower than the reputational, financial, and legal damage of a major breach. Strong leadership, ethical practices, and robust governance is essential to safeguard the customer data in this digital age. And that's all. Thank you. I'm happy to take any questions. And here are the references that I've used for this project. Thank you.